Sterling lost 22% against the dollar between 2021 and 2022. Nobody told you why your food bill went up because of it. That connection is what we're here for. Here's the receipt the news never reads you. The mechanism that turns an American interest rate decision into a higher price tag on a UK supermarket shelf without a single UK retailer choosing to put prices up. That's what we're getting into. Plus, the import category that takes the hardest hit. Stay till the end. The third one changes how you think about all of this. The UK is one of the most trade-dependent economies in the developed world. ONS trade data from 2023 shows goods imports account for roughly a quarter of total UK spending. Food, electronics, energy, clothing. If it crossed a border to get here, its price is tied to the exchange rate. That's not a theory, it's just maths. Here's what that dependency looks like when the currency moves. The pound fell from around $1.37 in January 2021 to roughly $1.07 in September 2022, a 22% drop over 20 months. Bank of England exchange rate data confirms both endpoints. Every dollar-priced import cost more in pounds before a single shelf label was changed. Oil is the clearest example of why this matters. Crude is priced in US dollars on global markets, has been since the 1970s. When the pound weakens against the dollar, the UK pays more pounds for the exact same barrel. The oil didn't move, the price abroad didn't move, the currency did. That's the import price channel in one sentence. But here's what most people get wrong. They assume UK inflation is something that happens inside the country. Retailers pushing margins, wages chasing prices, local demand running hot. All of that is real. But in 2021 to 2023, the biggest pressure was arriving from outside the country entirely. Three things the standard story misses. The Bank of England's August 2022 Monetary Policy Report. External factors, energy and import costs, were driving the inflation overshoot. Domestic pressure came later, not the other way around. Here's the number. UK CPI hit 11.1% in October 2022. That's ONS data, directly verifiable. But the diagnosis matters as much as the headline. Strip out energy and imported food, the externally driven categories, and the underlying domestic picture looks very different. The UK was importing a significant chunk of that inflation through the currency channel, not generating it internally. Here's the actual chain nobody draws out. Step 1. The US Federal Reserve raises interest rates. Step 2. Global capital chases dollar returns. Step 3. The dollar strengthens. Step 4. Sterling weakens. Step 5. UK import costs rise in pound terms. That whole sequence, from a Fed meeting in Washington to a higher price on a UK shelf, takes roughly 6 months to fully transmit. Look at the rate moves in scale. The Fed went from 0.25% in early 2022 to 5.5% by July 2023. Federal Reserve press release data, available for every meeting. The Bank of England went from 0.1% in late 2021 to 5.25% by August 2023, per Bank of England base rate records. The UK was partly fighting its own inflation, but it was also defending sterling against a surging dollar, and that's the part that rarely makes the front page. When a major central bank raises rates aggressively, it doesn't stay contained. It shifts currency flows globally. Every country that prices a significant share of its imports in dollars feels the effect. The UK, open economy, floating currency, heavy import dependency, sits near the front of that queue every single time. So what does the import price channel mean in concrete terms? 3 categories where it hits hardest, and this is the third payoff from the start of the video. Understanding these tells you where the next imported price shock is likely to arrive first. Here's how UK imports actually break down by category, based on ONS trade and goods data. Machinery and equipment leads by a wide margin. Fuels and energy set at around 16%, food and drink at around 11%. The point is, every single segment, all of it, is priced at least partly against a currency the UK doesn't control. DEFRA's Food Statistics Pocketbook 2023 puts UK food self-sufficiency at around 60% for indigenous-type foods. 40% comes from abroad, much of it benchmarked against dollar-priced global commodities. Manufactured goods, electronics, clothing, industrial components are where the lag bites hardest. HMRC trade data consistently shows China, Germany, and the US among the UK's top import partners. When sterling weakens, costs start moving through supply chains and show up on shelves 3 to 6 months later. By then, everyone's forgotten the currency move that set it off. Retailers get blamed, suppliers get blamed. The exchange rate is old news. That lag is exactly why the story stays confused. The cause, a currency move, is months old by the time the effect shows up as a price rise. And because most people aren't tracking the exchange rate in real time, the link never gets made publicly. The mechanism runs quietly. The bill arrives loudly. Here's the reframe. When UK inflation shows up, the instinct is to look inward. Government spending, wage growth, corporate margins, all real factors. But a significant portion of UK inflation isn't generated in Britain. It's imported through the currency channel, priced in dollars and felt on shelves months after the exchange rate already moved. That 22% sterling drop we opened with, it didn't just affect traders, it changed what everything cost. If this landed, the video on how central bank rate decisions transmit through the economy goes deeper on the mechanism we covered here. Subscribe if you want economics coverage that doesn't waste your time.